You might think the future of family EVs looks like Tesla or Rivian, but the 2026 Hyundai IONIQ 9 just blindsided everyone with something most people didn't see coming. A spacious three-row electric SUV that costs significantly less than the luxury competition and still manages over 300 miles of real-world range. But here's the catch. Most reviews aren't telling you up front. Some trims compromise comfort and options in ways that could seriously affect your buying decision. If you're even thinking about spending $60 to $80K on an EV SUV this year, you need to watch this video first. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're digging into the 2026 Hyundai IONIQ 9, the brand new three-row electric SUV that Hyundai just launched here in the USA. We're not just talking specs, we're going deep on whether you should actually buy this car here in America, who it's best for, and the things nobody else is telling you before you hand over your checkbook. By the end of this video, you'll know the real deal on pricing, trims, real value, interior comfort, range and charging, safety tech, everyday ownership costs, how it stacks up against the competition, and the exact types of buyers who should and shouldn't consider this EV. So let's kick things off. Let's start with why the 2026 Hyundai IONIQ 9 actually matters in the US market. The IONIQ 9 is Hyundai's boldest EV yet, a three-row electric SUV that aims squarely at families, road trippers, tech lovers, and anyone who wants a spacious electric SUV without dropping six figures. It's built on Hyundai's advanced EGMP platform, the same foundation that's given us the IONIQ 5 and IONIQ 6, which delivers efficient power, fast charging, and modern tech. And unlike most Koreans packed into ports, the IONIQ 9 is assembled in Georgia, which opens up eligibility for the full $7,500 federal EV tax credit at the time of launch. Americans are seriously considering EVs right now. Gas prices are volatile, emission standards are tightening, and more people are switching from cars to EV SUVs for daily use plus weekend road trips. The EV market in the US has grown fast, and buyers finally have genuine choices beyond Tesla and Rivian. The IONIQ 9 enters into a segment where customers want space, capability, tech, and value, a tough combo to nail all at once. Now let's break down the price, trims, and real value. The IONIQ 9 starts at around $60,555 MSRP for the base RWD-S trim and tops out at approximately $78,090 MSRP for the fully loaded Performance Calligraphy design version. Include destination and taxes, and the final price tags can creep higher, and that's before dealer markups, which are still an unpredictable factor with a brand new model. Here's how the lineup shakes out. IONIQ 9 RWD-S, base model, rear-wheel drive, longest EPA range, and roughly $60.5 thousand. IONIQ 9 RWD-SE, all-wheel drive, more power, around $64.3 thousand. IONIQ 9 RWD-SEL adds comfort upgrades, about $67.9 thousand. Performance limited all-wheel drive, powerful all-wheel drive, around $72.8 thousand. Performance Calligraphy all-wheel drive, luxury touches, about $76.6 thousand. Performance Calligraphy Design all-wheel drive, top trim with exclusive design cues, around $78.1 thousand. On paper, that range looks decent compared to rivals, especially given it qualifies for tax incentives, but here's the reality. Most people looking at luxury three-row EVs will be comparing this to stuff that costs much more, like the Rivian R1S or Volvo EX90. The IONIQ 9 undercuts them badly on price, but simultaneously competes very closely with models like the Kia EV9, which has been on the sale longer and has a more established ownership track record. When we talk about real value, the base S trim has a lot of range for the money, but it's also light on premium features. Meanwhile, the top trims pack a lot of tech and luxury touches, but push the price to where other brands with more heritage in premium EVs start to really compete. Dealers will likely try to hold firm on pricing because this is a hot new model, so factor that in when you negotiate. Next up, exterior design. The IONIQ 9 is a big SUV. We're talking around 190 inches long, similar in footprint to a full-size SUV like a Chevy Tahoe or Ford Expedition, but with a uniquely modern EV shape that's more aerodynamic than boxy. From a distance, it looks sleek in a futuristic minimalist way that Hyundai has become known for. It's not flashy like a Rivian or a Mercedes EQS SUV, but it commands presence on the road with its size and stance. You get flush door handles, LED lighting elements, and a design language that feels purposeful rather than generic. But here's where public opinion is a bit polarizing. Some say the rear design feels a bit plain, and the proportions don't wow everyone. On our test drives and walk-around videos, casual observers are split. Some love the understated elegance, others think it's too safe for a flagship EV. That's typical when a brand tries to balance broad appeal with bold styling. Now on to the interior, comfort, tech, and real usability. Inside, the IONIQ 9 feels spacious, especially in the first and second rows. Hyundai has put a lot of thought into passenger comfort, with ample headroom and legroom for adults up front and in the middle. Third row space is better than many competitors, though like most three-row SUVs, tall adults might feel cramped back there on long trips. Materials and build quality have taken a noticeable step up from lower-end Hyundai models. Soft touch surfaces, premium trim accents on the higher trims, and generally well-executed panels give it a more premium vibe than the price might suggest. The top trims bring goodies like ventilated seats, a head-up display, and even relaxation seating modes, which feels straight out of a luxury EV. But let's keep it real, not everything feels like it belongs in a $78,000 car. Some lower trims still use plastics that feel mid-range, and certain tech elements, especially the user interface, can be fiddly. If you're upgrading from a luxury brand, you might notice these quirks. Technology is a major selling point, though. You get big dual screens up front, one for infotainment, one for driving info, and lots of connectivity options. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard. Advanced driver assist systems are included across the range, and higher trims bring even more helpful features. Now let's talk about performance and driving experience. There are a few power motor options here. The base S trim uses a single rear electric motor with about 215 horsepower, which gets you decent acceleration for daily use and a surprisingly long range. EPA estimates up to 335 miles for this model. Step up to the all-wheel drive models and you get dual motors with around 303 horsepower, which adds confidence in all weather and boosts tow capacity significantly if you tow pole trailers, campers, or boats. The performance trims crank that to about 422 horsepower, giving you real punch off the line and 0 to 60 times in the mid 5-second range. In everyday driving, city traffic, and highway cruising, the IONIQ 9 feels composed and capable. Steering is stable and predictable, and the ride quality is comfortably tuned, more cushioned than sporty, perfect for families or long road trips. The higher trims with bigger wheels and performance focus feel firmer but still compliant. There's also towing capability, up to around 5,000 pounds on the all-wheel drive models, which is excellent for an EV SUV in this class and adds real lifestyle utility if you pull trailers, campers, or boats. Now, fuel economy and range, because this is absolutely crucial. All trims of the IONIQ 9 deliver over 300 miles of EPA-rated range, with the longest being about 335 miles on the base rear-drive version and around 311 miles on the higher-performance all-wheel drive trims. That's competitive in the three-row EV market and good enough for most family road trips without stopping every hour. Real-world range often comes out slightly better than the EPA numbers in moderate climates, sometimes as high as 345 miles plus on certain trims in real tests. Charging is also strong. With an 800-volt electrical architecture and fast charging capability, you can go from 10 to 80% in about 24 minutes on a 350-kilowatt DC fast charger. And thanks to the native Tesla NCS port and included adapters, you can tap into Tesla's supercharger network plus CCS stations like Electrify America and EVgo, which is a major convenience edge in the US market. Let's look at safety and driver assistance. Hyundai loaded the IONIQ 9 with the latest safety tech. Standard across the lineup are forward collision avoidance, pedestrian detection, blind spot assist, lane keeping and lane following systems, and adaptive cruise control. Higher trims add surround view cameras, blind spot view monitors, and advanced parking assists. These systems generally work well and elevate confidence on long drives and busy highways. Some tech is borrowed from Hyundai's higher-end models and feels polished, though like all assisted driving systems, it's not a substitute for full driver attention. Alright, here's the honest breakdown of pros, the real reasons you'd consider this car. Excellent range for a 3-row EV, over 300 miles in most trims. Strong pricing relative to premium EV rivals, eligible for federal tax credit. Fast charging and broad network access with NCS Plus adapters. Spacious interior and good passenger comfort, especially in the first and second rows. Towing capability that actually makes this SUV useful for weekend gear. Modern tech and safety suites standard even on lower trims. Now let's be honest about the cons, the real reason some people might not want this car. Base trims lack some premium features you might expect for the price. Interior materials are mixed in feel compared to luxury brands. Some may find the design polarizing, not as bold as Rivian or Mercedes EVs. Third-row comfort is still tighter than a full-size ICE SUV.